For them, the problem of pain is not a theoretical problem, a theology game of lining up all the appropriate syllogisms. It is a problem of relationship. Many suffering people want to love God, but cannot see past their tears. They feel hurt and betrayed. Sadly, the church often responds with more confusion than comfort. 15 years ago, at an age when I had no right to tackle the daunting problem of pain, I wrote "Where is God When It Hurts?" for those people. Partly because I've heard from so many of them, I have now revised and expanded that book. In a sense, this new edition represents a dialogue with my readers, the next step in my own pilgrimage. I've especially expanded the section, "How Can We Cope with Pain?" because I believe God has given the church a mandate of representing His love to a suffering world. We usually think of the problem of pain as a question we ask of God, but it is also a question He asks of us. How do we respond to hurting people? In this revision, I have drawn from several of my articles published in Christianity Today, as well as the booklet Helping the Hurting, published by Multnomah Press. I'm grateful to them for the permission to incorporate that material. Chapter 1. A Problem That Won't Go Away. C.S. Lewis, in A Grief Observed, asked, "Meanwhile, where's God?" This is one of the most disquieting symptoms. When you are happy, so happy that you have no sense of needing Him, if you turn to Him, then, with praise, you will be welcomed with open arms. But go to Him when your need is desperate, when all other help is vain, and what do you find? A door slammed in your face, and a sound of bolting and double bolting on the inside. After that, silence. You may as well turn away. I feel helpless around people in great pain. Helpless and also guilty. I stand beside them, watching facial features contort and listening to the sighs and moans, deeply aware of the huge gulf between us. I cannot penetrate their suffering. I can only watch. Whatever I attempt to say seems weak and stiff, as if I had memorized the lines for a school play. One day I received a frantic plea for help from my close friends John and Claudia Claxton. Newlyweds in their early 20s, they were just beginning life together in the Midwest. I had watched in amazement as the experience of romantic love utterly transformed John Claxton. 2 years of engagement to Claudia had melted his cynicism and softened his hard edges. He became an optimist, and now his letters to me were usually bubbly with enthusiasm about his young marriage. But one letter from John alarmed me as soon as I opened it. Errors and scratches marred his usually neat handwriting. He explained, "Excuse my writing, I guess it shows how I'm fumbling for words. I don't know what to say." The Claxtons' young marriage had run into a roadblock, far bigger than both of them. Claudia had been diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease, cancer of the lymph glands, and was given only a 50% chance to live. Within a week, surgeons had cut her from armpit to belly, removing every visible trace of the disease. She was left stunned and weak, lying in a hospital bed. At the time, ironically, John was working as a chaplain's assistant in a local hospital. His compassion for other patients dipped dangerously. In some ways, he told me, I could understand better what other patients were undergoing, but I didn't care anymore. I only cared about Claudia. I wanted to yell at them, "Stop the sniveling, you idiots. You think you've got problems. My wife may be dying right now." Though both John and Claudia were strong Christians, an unexpected anger against God surged up, anger against a beloved partner who had betrayed them. "God, why us?" they cried. "Have you teasingly doled out one half